Okay, so the one thing I will say is that I do need your hands in frame at all times, just so I know that like you're not typing to someone or taking notes or anything like that, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the story is called Episode 23, A Day We'll Never Forget. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Those Nicest Kids in Town. I am your host, Isaac Quinton Wilson, or as many of you once knew me as, IQ. This, of course, is the show where we look back on my time within the Corny Collins Show and recount some of my fondest memories. You know, I'm often asked, IQ, you were on the Corny Collins Show for 14 consecutive seasons since its heyday. What would you say is your most memorable moment? And well, to that I say, as you have seen throughout the last season and a half of this show, there have been many. Whether it be the infamous day Amber Von Tussle had a wardrobe malfunction, the day Brad broke his ankle while trying to complete the twist and we had to replace him with our underseen dancer Zach, or who could forget the time the show was almost canceled in the hopes of trying to give more coverage to episodes of the Andy Griffith Show. There have been a plethora of moments we have explored within the show. However, perhaps the day that sticks out the most in my mind occurred on September 29th of the third season of the Corny Collins Show. It's a day many of us will forever remember fondly. Now, most of you are pretty familiar with the beginning events of this day. The courageous Tracy Turnblad had just wowed everyone on the Corny Collins Show with a performance so effortless and stunning, it was impossible to resist. However, what you don't know is what happened the second the show had concluded. We had just got done adding Tracy into our roll call, and as the way most of our stories go, Amber Von Tussle was snarkily jealous, but today was a different kind of jealousy. Normally, she'd be upset over other girls flirting with Link or the camera panning over to Grace instead of her, which Velma was very quick to notice, but her jealousy towards Tracy was a whole different animal. This was someone who was so confident and optimistic about what she was doing, and it's such a strong belief system that Amber simply couldn't stand it. So the show ends and we're called backstage after Velma with the typical scowl on her face says, "We are off." And I remember afterwards, we were told that the ratings for the episode were the highest they had ever seen. And as a reward, they decided to let us order food from the local malt shop across the street. We were all excited as we normally didn't get treated to this kind of food until hours after the show had ended. And I think I had ordered a Lime Ricky that day, which is a drink I've been wanting to try for a while. And it very much lived up to the immense hype surrounding it. And I remember Tracy had gotten a White Cow, which many of our other castmates divulged in. Now, the importance of these drinks will be revealed later, but as you can imagine, it was quite a delightful time. However, the mood changed when Amber, as usual, wanted to be the center of attention. We were all talking about the show and how excited we were about both the ratings and having Tracy on the show. And she did something along the lines of, "Everyone loves Tracy, don't they?" in a very sarcastic tone. She then grabbed her milkshake, stormed over, and nudged Tracy and told us, well, you'll love your new ratings even more if she was covered in vanilla. She then went and dumped the whole milkshake all over Tracy. At first, everyone was shocked. We didn't know what to do. They had seen Amber mad before, but never to this level of jealousy. But eventually, one of our castmates, Madison, came over and called her out and grabbed her blonde hair and poured her soda fountain phosphate all over it. Pretty soon, what started out as a fun occasion erupted into full-blown chaos, as practically everyone was spilling milkshakes on each other, calling everyone out for past drama that had happened within the show. But while at first the mood was tension-filled, things changed a bit once our costume designer Jen came out and saw the mess we were all in. And while normally this would have resulted in a reprimand, she noticed that one of the drinks had... She noticed that one of the drink... Oh, I clicked off of this. What happened? Hold on one second. I don't know what happened there. Where was I? Why is it going back? Okay. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so costume designer Jen came out and saw the mess we were all in. While normally this would have resulted in a reprimand, she noticed that one of the drinks that hadn't been taken out yet was a Catawba Flip, a drink I am guessing she had set her sights on for a while. The second she took a sip, However, the drink fell out of her hands and toppled right onto her, and we all started laughing, and the fight became a lot more playful. We then heard a bit of a thud, which startled us, and we witnessed one of our castmates, Allie, must have gone off on her own. She was known to be a bit more timid than others, so she had a habit of wandering off a lot, and our stage manager, Jacob, ran out to see what had happened, and it turned out she had tripped over a power cord that our not always bright camera operator, Kevin, must have left plugged in. So once Jacob saw she was okay, he and Allie also participated in the fun, as Allie's Bronx egg cream was the next to go. That entire night remains in my head as one of the best times due to just how much fun we were all having. You know, we were all hormonal teenagers and we're constantly going through our own lovesick dramas. So it was nice to just, for a little bit, take some time to just have some fun. Despite the following day, when Velma came back and realized what had happened and told us that we will never order milkshakes again, and also threatened to kick everyone off the show, barring Amber, of course, because nepotism was always a top priority for her at all times. But my friends, that is a story for another episode. Speaking of, next week, I am very happy to announce that I will have a guest on. Madison Kimry, the instigator of the milkshake fight herself, will be here to discuss her experiences within the show and maybe give us some more insight on her backstage drama with Amber. But until then, I am IQ signing off. And remember, even if you weren't a part of the 60s, you can always be seen as one of the nicest kids in town. Okay, so anything you need repeated to you, whether it's the story, whether it's information, that's entirely up to you. You have like 4 minutes left. You're also muted.
I just realized that. So I can ask like specific things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like I could be like, what was IQ's real name?
Isaac Quinton Wilson.
Isaac Quinton Wilson.
Yeah.
What was the drinks that Tracy got in the person before her guy? I think it was IQ who got it.
It was a lime. So IQ had gotten a lime Ricky, and Tracy had gotten a white cow.
White cow. I heard couch. That's why I'm asking these.
White cow. Yeah.
And then what was spilled was like if she was covered in vanilla, it was just a vanilla shake.
It was like a tava flip, is what it was.
Tava flip. I've never heard of these things. Vanilla tava flip. So I know you were this cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
Allie was a very timid cast member. Jen was dressing room. Jacob was stage manager?
Yes.
Okay. Madison Kimry, queen of instigating the milkshake mishap. Everyone went to the malt shop. And I'm trying to think if I remember. What was like Jen's drink that she got?
Jen's drink was the Catawba flip.
Oh, that's what that was. I was talking about the vanilla drink that was spilled on Tracy earlier.
Oh, that was the that was the what was it? It was just a vanilla milkshake. Okay. There wasn't a name for Amber's.
Okay, it was just a vanilla milkshake, and the title of the story is episode 23, A Day We'll Never Forget.
Yes.
So hot. I'm so good. I'm probably missing out a lot of important information. Some of the memorable events was Amber's dressing mishap. I can't remember what else there was. What were some of the memorable events before that big one?
So some of the things that were mentioned was Brad broke his ankle while trying to complete the twist, and they replaced him with their underseen dancer, Zach. Amber had a wardrobe malfunction, and the time the show was almost canceled in the hopes of trying to get more coverage to episodes of the Andy Griffith Show. So
yes, Andy Griffith. Is Zach Shelley?
Yes, it is. If there's anything else you need clarification on, you have a little under a minute. So
I think I'm okay. I don't know what else to ask. Cool.
All right. Next person we will bring in is who?
Susie, I believe.
Yes, Susie. Okay. So you will go ahead, recount the story to Susie, and we will start. And again, you guys only have 10 minutes. So I do want to stress that. All
Hi.
right. So Susie, Heather just heard the story. She's going to try to recount it to the best of her ability. You only get 10 minutes. If you go overtime, unfortunately, we will have to cut it there. But you don't have to use the full 10 minutes if you don't want it, and you can start now.
Okay, so the episode title is, or not the episode title, the story title is episode 23, A Day We'll Never Forget. So the story is like they're on a TV show and it is IQ, the dancer IQ is telling the story. And his real name is Isaac Quintison, but like just call him IQ, but his first name is Isaac. Um, so he goes on to say some memorable moments from being on the show for, I believe it was 14 seasons, or 14 something. And he's just going through some memorable moments, such as when Amber had a wardrobe malfunction. They were like the show was almost canceled because they needed coverage for the Andy Griffith show, and um, Brad broke his ankle and was replaced by an unseen cast member, Zach, which is Zach Shelley from Prod. The Prod's in this story. But the most memorable happened in season 3 when Tracy Turnblad was announced, or her first show, and gave a spectacular, optimistic kind of like performance. I don't know why I said optimistic, but performance. And she, like, Amber seemed very off, but it was more like it was jealousy, but not like the jealousy that she had when she was like seeing people flirt with Link, more jealousy because she's a confident girl and like she didn't like not being in the center of attention and stuff like that. So Amber's very jealous, uh, and not just because of flirting with Link. So after the show, they're given this break because they don't usually get to go on lunch a lot, but they just placed Tracy in the roll call and they're like, okay, let's all go to the malt shop across the street. So malt milkshakes and stuff like that. And while they're there, they're saying that the ratings are going to go up because Tracy's on the show. And Amber gets really jealous. So she says, yeah, the ratings are definitely gonna go up, won't they? Like Tracy's gonna bring the ratings up, like very sarcastic and like bitchy and stuff like that. Um, and then Amber, like someone says something, I don't remember exactly what it was, but then Amber kind of goes back and is like, well, let's see if the ratings go up if she's covered in vanilla. And she dumps a vanilla milkshake on Tracy. And Tracy got this drink called the White Cow, and IQ, who's the storyteller again, got a lime Ricky, I think it's called. I don't know. I'm not really well versed in drinks and stuff, but then after the milkshake gets dumped on, Jen from Prod is the costume designer, so she sees all the mess, but instead of getting mad, her drink actually comes, which is a cavatappi flip or something like that. I think cavatappi is a pasta, so it's probably not that, but it's like a cava something drink. And she spills it completely, and then it starts becoming lighthearted fun. And it was apparently like a very nice time because they're all hormonal teenagers, and the like moral of that story kind of thing is that you need to like have some fun as like a hormonal teenager, and it was just nice to let out steam and have fun throwing milkshakes all over each other. And then they hear a thud, um which the thud turns out to be Allie, who is a very timid cast member, and she tripped over some wiring, and Jacob, the stage manager, and Kevin, the cameraman, were going to help her, and I stuff was happening, and Um, it was kind of just lighthearted fun until Velma von Tussle like hears about what happened and is like, "You guys are never going to the malt shop again." Which earlier she was like saying how her and Amber like, oh wait, no, I think that meant like you're off, like meaning off air earlier. So like Velma was in the story much earlier. Um, but yeah, Velma got like a little mad that like all this like milkshake stuff happened. So she said, "You're never going to the milkshake place again." But it was a very memorable event. They said goodbye and to like tune into the Corny Collins show, and that. But the next episode of this talk show, the next guest is Madison Kimry. Madison Kimry was the instigator of the milkshake situation. So, okay, with I think that's it, but within the 4 minutes, do you have like questions, I guess?
I can, you can, she can read, say stuff?
Oh, Kevin, you just muted.
What's the question?
She can re-say stuff if I ask?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, as long
Okay.
as it's before the 4 minutes.
okay. Who is the girl that's jealous?
Amber von Tussle. She's actually in the movie. So
Okay, Amber was jealous. Where was Tracy in all this? Tracy was
Tracy
there
was
at
also at the malt shop. Yeah.
Okay. His name is Isaac, IQ.
Yeah, Isaac Quintesson, I think it
Oh yeah,
was.
Isaac Quintinson. What did they call him? IQ.
IQ. Yeah.
Okay. Episode 23, A Day We'll Never Forget. They're on the show. They want good ratings. They
Yeah, they
lost
think Tracy's gonna bring them good ratings.
Okay. They lost a costume. What was that?
They spilled milkshakes all over their costumes.
Well, yeah, but in the way beginning, there was something about like the costume.
Oh, when he was going through like previous memorable events, there was I
Oh
think
yeah.
3 or 2. It was like Brad broke his foot or ankle or leg or something and was replaced by Zach.
Okay.
And then Amber had a dress wardrobe malfunction,
Oh yeah.
and the show almost got canceled because they needed coverage for Andy Griffith's show.
Yeah. Okay. Who was Tracy and Amber were at the malt shop with?
Just people in the cast, so like IQ
Okay.
and others. Madison Kimry.
Christ. Oh yeah, true. Jen was the costume designer. Jeez. There was a wardrobe malfunction. They hope the ratings go up. What was the thing about the other show? What was the third thing?
Andy Griffith's one?
Andy Griffith, yeah. There's the
Yeah. But the most memorable event that has happened on IQ's time on the show was season 3 and then the whole malt shop incident.
Okay.
So
Who is he telling this to? Just to anyone?
he's on a talk show.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming. I didn't hear anything what the talk show was. That's probably a big thing, and I forgot about that.
Okay. So he's on a talk show. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat, by the way. He's on a talk show telling all his times on the show. The costume, the wardrobe malfunction, the Andy Griffith show. Okay. And then but the most memorable season 3.
Yeah. IQ got a lime Ricky. Tracy got a White Cow. She got a vanilla milkshake dumped on her. Allie is the shy, timid castmate who tripped and everyone heard a thump or a thud.
Okay.
And Kevin's the cameraman. Jacob is stage manager.
Okay. Does it all have to be told in this order, or
it would probably help because, like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Most memorable season 3 episode.
I don't think there was an episode.
Okay.
It just said
sometime in season 3. And this is episode 23. A day we'll never forget.
Yes.
Okay.
And Madison Kimry is the next guest on the show.
Madison Kimry is the next guest. Okay. All right. Wish me luck.
You got
All
this.
right, Susie, you're good? You ready to bring in the next
Yep.
person?
Yep, sure.
All right, so
Um,
Heather, you will go on mute and we will bring in Jazzy.
If my hands go off screen, it's just me picking up pierogies.
That is okay.
Okay.
I saw the fork, you're good. All right, Jazzy, so Susie has just heard the story and it is now up to her to recount the story to the best of her ability. So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Wait, can I see your face, or do you want to? Wait, is she allowed to show her face?
I mean, if
you don't have to if you don't want to, but I don't know.
she should, because
sorry.
we need like your hands in frame.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Sometimes it's just easier to tell. Okay. So this story, the title of this is episode 23, A Day We'll Never Forget.
Okay.
Isaac Quintesson, or IQ, is on a talk show reminiscing about his time on the Courtney Collins show. And he's talking about all his favorite memories, some of which include a wardrobe malfunction and a wardrobe malfunction and the having to be replaced, being scared about being replaced with the Andy Griffith show, among other things. But the most memorable time was in season 3 when him and the cast, IQ and the cast, went to a malt shop to get milkshakes. There was Tracy and Amber. They were also there, and Amber was a little jealous. And they hoped with Tracy being on the show, coming on the show, that she would bring in good ratings for the show. And so they were all at the malt shop. Allie was also there. She was on the crew, and Jen was a costume designer on the show. Jen got some sort of lime milkshake. Allie got some sort of vanilla milkshake, and Zach was also there as part of the crew. I forget what he did. Maybe it will come to me. But but they were all sitting having a good time, and then all of a sudden a milkshake spills and on the ground, and it gets spilled, and everyone is all going crazy over this spilled milkshake. But then all of a sudden it didn't seem to matter, and they realized that just them being there having a good time, it didn't matter that a milkshake was spilled, and that they all realized that they could enjoy each other's company and have a good time. And then there was like some sort of noise on the ground that I think Allie fell on the ground. And so there was that. And then, but she got helped up and it was okay. And they were all having a good time. And there was another guest. There's supposed to be another guest. The guest after IQ on the show. It's a girl. I forget her name already.
Oh no.
But it's a girl, so just as long as it's another girl on the show next, she's supposed to be the next star, or the next person on the talk show. And it's like Marika or something like that. but she's next. And that's about it. Do you have any questions? Maybe something will come back to me if
Okay. I know some of the names from like I'm just trying to go through nicest kids in town in my head, trying to think of who the other name could possibly be.
so there's Tracy. They coming on the show, the Corny Collins show. They hoped Tracy would bring in ratings.
Yes, I hope Tracy will bring in ratings.
Amber was jealous of Tracy.
Amber jealous Tracy.
Yes.
Also, the episode is episode 23.
23, a day we will never
A
forget.
day we will never forget. Okay. I was
Yeah.
like, it was something without, I thought that was what it was. Just
And the
for me.
most IQ is the person on the talk show
On the
being
talk show.
interviewed.
Yes.
The most memorable season that he's talking about
Is
is
season
season
3.
3. Yes. So they have a wardrobe malfunction,
Over malfunction.
and then the Andy Griffith,
The Andy Griffith
they're
show that they're
scared-
worried about it
they're
taking
worried-
over.
yeah, they're worried about like the Andy Griffith show taking over or something, I think. Something with the Andy Griffith show is what's important. But the most memorable is when the cast and the crew go
Through
to the malt shop to
Shop.
get milkshake
milkshakes.
after. And there's a lime milkshake, which
Mhm.
I think was Jen.
It was
and
Jen vanilla milkshake for
Yeah,
Allie.
vanilla
And then
milk.
Zach was there and
then
got a
there was
milkshake as
Zach.
well.
Yeah, I think they all had milkshakes. I forget what Zach's was though. And Zach is and Madison was there. Wait, Madison. Madison's the next guest.
Oh, Madison's the next guest. Okay.
I think so. Madison Madison
Madison
Kinnery.
Kimmery is the next guest.
the ne-
Okay.
Yeah, she's the next guest for after him on the show. So yeah, but so the milkshake spilled, and then there was some sort of loud noise on the ground that had to do with Allie. So I forget if Allie fell or not.
Okay, some
there was-
sort of loud noise to do with Allie.
Yeah,
She
some
may
sort of
have
loud,
fallen.
yeah, some sort of loud noise to do with Allie.
Okay.
And yeah.
It's all good.
I hope, I mean, it is a lot of information.
It is. I was like, oh crap.
I know. Just try to remember the big things.
Big
like,
things like
like-
who was there.
Yeah,
who
it was
crew,
there.
got it.
It's easy because like prod names.
Prod
So,
names, yes.
Yeah, milkshake, Andy Griffith.
Milkshake, Andy Griffith. They went to the malt shop, season 3.
Yeah, Day We'll Never Forget.
They will never forget. Episode 23. They will never forget.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith.
Madison's next.
Madison's next.
IQ.
Isaac Quinton.
Isaac Quintesson or something.
Quintesson. Okay.
Yeah. Isaac Quintesson IQ.
Well, I can remember Quinn because of my favorite character on Glee,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we're good with that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's okay. We got this. I mean, maybe this is impressive. I don't know.
I don't know either. Hopefully it is.
Yeah. Anything else? Last minute
I'm trying to
question.
think any questions. I think I remember a lot of what you said of what we've gone over and everything.
Yeah. Madison's next guest.
Madison's
when
next
when
guest.
that person when Gianna is asking questions to you,
Yes.
stuff might pop up in your head.
It might. It's
That's
true.
what happened with me, like with Madison being the next guest.
Madison being next guest. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Milkshakes. Andy Griffith.
Milkshakes, malt shop, Andy Griffith.
Yeah, malt shop to get milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
The crew. Jen
crew.
costume.
Jen, costume designer. Allie was.
Oh, Kevin was the cameraman.
Kevin's cameraman. Okay, Kevin's
He's the
cameraman.
cameraman.
Jen's
yeah.
costume designer, and Allie was a
Allie.
member of the crew.
Yeah. But Kevin's the cameraman. Don't forget that. Yeah, Kevin obviously makes sense because you just see Kevin down there.
You see Kevin down there, cameraman. He
Kevin
loves
is the camera.
movies, cameras.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you got this. Something with Allie falling. Don't
Something
forget,
with Allie falling.
or something falling, but also
Something falling.
milkshake spilled on Allie.
Milkshake spilled.
Spilled on
The
Allie.
milkshake spilled on Allie. Okay.
Yeah, and her white dress. Don't forget about the costume.
And her white dress. Okay.
Yeah, don't forget about the costume mishap being wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe malfunction and the Andy Griffith Show.
Okay.
And the ratings with Tracy.
And the ratings with Tracy.
Yeah, and Amber being jealous.
And Amber being jealous.
Okay, you got this.
I think I got this.
All right, so if you guys are ready, we will go ahead and bring in Gianna. Susie, you now have to mute. Like I said, just keep your hands in frame, and we will bring in Gianna. Wait for her to connect to audio.
Yep.
All right, Jazzy, whenever. Oh, Gianna, you do have to be on camera. Just keep your hand in frame, if you can. The hand that you have, you're not holding your phone with. Jazzy, whenever you're ready.
Okay. The story is called Episode 23, A Day We'll Never Forget. And IQ, Isaac Quintinson, is on a talk show reminiscing about his time on the Corny Collins show. He talks about how Tracy was brought in for ratings, and the most memorable season was season 3. A lot of prod was on the crew. Kevin was the cameraman. Allie was part of the crew, and Jen was costume designer. They asked about him about what was the most memorable time, and he said it was when the cast all went to a milk shop. Allie had a vanilla shake. Jen had a lime shake, and I know Amber was really jealous of Tracy at this meetup or event, and there was a mishap with a milkshake that spilled on Allie, and I think she either fell or something happened with where it was a loud noise, and it had to do with Allie. And gosh, what else was there? Come on, Jazzy, you remember more. And there also was a wardrobe malfunction that occurred during one of the tapings of the Corny Collins show, and Madison Kimry was announced as the next guest on the talk show. Do you have any questions or?
Yeah, the beginning part, I got
No,
parts of
you're
it.
good. You're good.
So what was the name of it?
It is episode 23, A Day We'll Always Remember.
Episode 20. Okay, episode 23, A Day We'll Always Remember.
Yes.
Okay, and then Tracy was a guest on the
No, the guest was IQ, Isaac Quintinson or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was the guest on the talk show. Tracy was brought onto the Corny. They talk about Tracy was brought onto the Corny Collins show for ratings. Oh, they're also worried about the show, how it was going to do because of the Andy Griffith show.
Oh, okay. So they're worried about ratings because of the Andy Griffith show.
And Tracy was brought in to kind of boost the ratings.
Oh, and that's how Tracy got brought in to boost the ratings. Yes. Okay. And it was episode 23?
Episode 23.
Okay. The Day We'll Always Remember.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let me see. Kevin was the cameraman, right?
Kevin was the cameraman.
Allie was part of the crew.
Yeah, Allie was part of the crew.
And oh shoot. It was something about Madison.
Madison is the talk show was announced that there was gonna be a second guest after IQ, and it was Madison.
Okay. So IQ was the first guest and Madison was the second
guest. Correct.
Okay. Oh shoot. And there was a wardrobe malfunction.
On the Corny Collins show, there was a
On the-
wardrobe malfunctions that was brought up.
Okay. Okay. And Tracy and Amber had a fight.
Yeah, there at when the cast was like brought to the malt shop, like Amber was like jealous of Tracy.
Okay, so so they all got brought to the malt shop.
So they like all went to the malt shop. And
Okay.
there was a mishap at the malt shop where a milkshake spilled on Allie, and then something else happened where there was a loud noise and either Allie fell or something happened with Allie.
Okay. But the milkshake fell on Allie.
The milkshake fell on Allie.
Okay. Okay. And then what was the milkshakes? What kind of milkshakes did they have?
Allie had a vanilla one.
Okay.
And Jen had a lime one.
Okay. So
Oh.
Jen lime, Allie vanilla.
Mhm.
Okay.
Also, Zach was there as well at the malt shop.
Oh, Zach was there as well at the
Yes.
malt shop.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Episode 23. They will always remember. IQ was the first guest.
Yes.
Madison was the second guest.
Yes.
They brought Tracy on to the Corny Collins show because they were scared about ratings.
Yes.
By the Andy Griffith show.
Yes.
Or due to the Andy Griffith show.
Yeah.
That was the reason. Okay. And then Kevin was cameraman, Allie was on crew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so they all went to the malt shop.
Yes.
Allie got a vanilla shake, Jennifer got a lime shake, or Jen got a lime shake.
Mm-hmm.
A milkshake had slipped on or had spilled on Allie.
Yes.
And something happened to cause her, either she jumped or got scared or something. But is that what caused the milkshake to fall on her, or
that we weren't sure what happened with the milkshake falling, but there was like something that happened with the milkshake spilled on Allie, and then there was like a loud noise and Allie either fell or something.
Okay. But and Tracy and Amber were at the mall shop as well.
Tracy and Amber were at the mall shop as well, and so was Zach.
Oh, Zach, that's right.
Was there. Okay. And Jen also was wardrobe person on the show.
Jen was wardrobe. Okay. And Jen wardrobe, Kevin cameraman. Allie was just part of the crew. Okay. The wardrobe malfunction. Where did that happen?
That happened on the Corny Collins show. There was a wardrobe malfunction on Corny Collins show. Also, season 3, like he was asked about what the most memorable season was, and it was season 3.
Okay, season 3 was the most memorable season. Okay. And it was episode 23?
It was episode 23.
And it was, what was it called again? I'm sorry.
A Day We'll Always Remember.
A Day We'll Always Remember. Okay. Okay, episode 23. A Day We'll Always Remember. Okay. IQ was the first guest. Madison was the second guest.
Yes.
Did IQ stand for something?
Yeah, Isaac Quintinson or something along the lines.
Isaac Quintinson. Okay. Okay. Episode 23. They always remember. Isaac Quintinson. IQ was first guest. Madison was second guest. Episode 3 was the memorable episode.
Season 3 was
the
most memorable season.
Okay. And then Kevin was a cameraman. Allie was on crew. Jen did wardrobe. They brought Tracy in onto the Corny Collins show because they were worried about ratings based on Andy Griffith show. They all went to a malt shop. Allie had a vanilla shake. Jen had a lime shake. Shoot. Okay. And Milkshake had spilled on Allie. Something had happened that caused that that dealt with Allie, like maybe causing that to happen. They're not too sure what it was. There's a wardrobe malfunction on the Corny Collins show. And then Amber was jealous of Tracy
Yes.
being on there. Okay. I'm trying to remember everything. Okay, so episode 23, the day we'll always remember. Season 3 is the best season. Or what's the favorite season? Then is that IQ's favorite season?
Yes, that was what IQ
Okay.
brought up as like his favorite.
Okay. 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 Okay, let me think. Okay, Isaac Quentin was. Okay, and then oh shoot. Oh, I can't think. Okay, so episode 23, they will always remember. Season 3 is the best. It was a favorite season. Isaac Quentinson was the first guest. Madison was the second guest. Kevin was a cameraman. Allie was on crew. Jen did wardrobe. There was a wardrobe malfunction on the Corny Collins show. Tracy was brought on to the Corny Collins show because they were worried about ratings because of the Andy Griffith show. Okay, they all went to a mall shop. Allie had a vanilla shake. Jennifer had a lime shake. It spilled on Allie. The milkshake spilled on Allie. There was a big crash or something. What have you? Oh, Zach. There was a Zach.
Zach's just there. Zach was at the mall shop.
Okay.
And that is time.
Okay.
So Jazz, what's gonna happen now? Jazzy's gonna go on mute. Gianna, you're gonna tell the story to Cody, and we will bring him in now. And again, keep your hands in frame at all times.
I'm trying. Okay.
I'm just grabbing my charger because my laptop might die.
Oh yeah, that's fine. All right, Gianna, whenever you're ready.
Okay, Cody. All right, so this is episode 23, the day we'll always remember. Isaac Quentinson is the first guest. He goes by IQ. He said that his favorite season was season 3. And then of the Corny Collins show. And the Corny Collins show, they were worried about ratings because of the Andy Griffith show. And with that being said, that's why they brought Tracy on. And for the show, Allie was on crew, Kevin was a cameraman, and Jen did wardrobe. And then they all went to a mall shop. Allie had a vanilla shake, Jennifer had a lime shake. And then there was some kind of crash or what have you, or something happened. And because of it, Allie, there was a milkshake that was spilled all over Allie. And then there was also a wardrobe malfunction on the Corny Collins show. And the fact that Tracy got brought in, it made Amber jealous. Amber and Tracy and all the others were at the mall shop. Zach was somewhere there. That's what I'm getting. You got any questions? I can repeat everything.
I was gonna say, repeat it one more time.
Okay, so it's episode 23. And it's called The Day That We Will Always Remember. Guest IQ. His name is Isaac Quentinson. He was the first guest. Oh, I don't think I added this. Madison is the second guest. And then IQ got asked what is his favorite season, and he said it was season 3. And then for that show, I think it's for the Corny Collins show, but Kevin's a cameraman, Allie's on crew, Jen does wardrobe. And then they all went to a mall shop. Allie had a vanilla shake, Jen had a lime shake. They brought Tracy on to the Corny Collins show to boost up ratings because they were scared about the Andy Griffith show, because the Andy Griffith show was getting ready. During the Corny Collins show, there was a wardrobe malfunction. Also Amber is jealous of Tracy. And then at the malt shop, the milkshake got spilled on Allie. There was some sort of crash or what have you that I think caused it. That's what it sounded like. That caused the crash, and Allie is scared. And then shoot, Zach is at the malt shop somewhere. There's a Zach.
As a quick question, mall is M-A-L-L or malt is an M-A-L-T?
MALT.
Cool.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I hope I'm not missing something. Let me think. You got any questions? I can keep repeating if you need me to.
I was gonna say, I think I'm good on what you said. If you want to say it one more time to see if you remember anything else, that would be up to you.
Episode 23, The Day We Will Always Remember. That's the title of it. There's first guest is IQ. He goes by Isaac Quintinson. Madison is the second guest. When it got asked, IQ's favorite season is season 3. And then for the Corny Collins show, Tracy got brought on because of ratings. They were scared because of the Andy Griffith show. They all went to, and then on the show, Kevin's a cameraman, Allie is on crew, Jen does wardrobe. There ends up being a wardrobe on the wardrobe malfunction on the Corny Collins show. Amber is jealous of Tracy. They all go to a malt shop. Allie has a vanilla shake. Jen has a lime shake. The milkshake spills on Allie. There was a noise or a crash or what have you that may have caused it. Zach is somewhere at the malt shop. Let's see. Oh shoot.
Okay.
That's all. That's all I can remember. And there might be something else.
Do you remember if it was Allie's own milkshake that spilled on her?
That I don't know. I
Okay.
was told that. So I don't know. I would guess it was, but that's what I was told. That a milkshake on her.
Episode 23, The Day We Will Always Remember.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna ask,
Season 3 is a favorite season.
Yeah. Isaac Quintinson. Imagine being that name. Unless there's anything else you want to add, I think I'm good.
Okay, yeah. Isaac was first guest, Madison was second guest. I think that's it. That's all I really remember. So
All
good.
right.
Will bring us the
if,
love.
If you are good, Cody, are you ready to answer some questions?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, so we're gonna turn over to Allie, who's gonna go ahead and ask the questions here. Oh, I guess not.
Wait,
I have them. I have them right here.
I have to here on my phone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. The first question. What is the name of the show that starts off the story?
Episode 23, the episode we will always remember.
All right.
What is the name of the host of the show?
Corny Collins.
Okay.
Don't give
All
me that
right,
look.
number 3. What were some of the other eventful moments that the host mentions before talking about the milkshake fight?
The only thing I can think of is, why am I blanking on her name? The castmate being added to boost ratings is the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
All right. Number 4. Why were the milkshakes given out?
What would be logic?
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. have an answer, and I don't think it's right.
Okay. What is your possible correct answer?
The milkshakes were given out because ratings went up.
Okay.
Okay. Number 5. Name at least 3 of the milkshakes that the castmates were given.
Vanilla, lime. Chocolate.
Okay.
Okay. Number 6. Who replaced Brad after he broke his ankle?
Kathy.
Okay.
Why am I blanking so hard on that name?
All right. Number 7. What was the date the fight occurred?
When you say day, do you mean like number day or day of the week?
And we are looking for a date.
Yes.
Fiddlesticks. Well, July 15th.
All right.
Okay. Number 8. How many seasons was the host of the show on the Corny Collins show?
At least 3. His favorite season 3, so that means it's at least 4. We'll guess 6.
Okay. How many times was the camera operator mentioned?
In my story. um, he was mentioned 4 times.
Okay. Number 10. What happened the day after the fight?
I think my story ended at the fight. What happened the day after the fight? Oh my gosh, I just realized something. I'm gonna say it was Amber was jealous of Tracy.
I'm sorry, can you say that answer again?
Amber showed her jealousy.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
Number
so sorry.
Number 11. Aside from Tracy, who was Amber jealous of?
I'm gonna say Madison.
Okay.
All right. Number 12. What is the title of the episode?
Oh my gosh, that's what the thing was. The day we will always remember.
Okay.
And we also have a tiebreaker. So, in total, how many milkshakes are mentioned in the story?
Oh good lord. Can I phone a friend?
No,
No.
that is not an option. It's also not a number.
7.
Okay. So with that being said, your final score is a 1 out of 13. So we will post the results very soon after this. And with that, you guys are free to go.